The Academy Awards have come and gone, and maybe they've added a few movies to your must-see list. But what about great movies that may not make the red carpet? Rich Heldenfels is here with some must-see movies you may have missed. Rich is the pop culture writer for the Akron Beacon Journal. Welcome to the show again.
Thanks for having me on.
So, take us to the movies now. What's the first recommendation that you have?
Well, there's been a lot of talk recently about a French film called The Artist, which is a silent movie. It's black and white, and it's about silent movies. So I thought one place to start might be a recently reissued silent film called Wings. It was the first film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. It is to date the only silent film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. And starred Clara Bow is the best known name in the cast, but it's basically about two young men who become aviators in World War I. It's got sweep, it's epic, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. It's been beautifully restored for DVD. They put in color, they put in different orchestral tracks, and you really get a sense of what a great big silent movie was like. And this was one that was shown in special showings in theaters. I was reading one thing that was pointing out the average ticket price for a movie at the time was 25 cents. It cost $2 to go and see Wings.
Well, that was really expensive.
So I mean,
even more than those 3D ones these did.
And I don't even know what the concessions cost at that point, but it's a really good movie and worth taking a look at.
All right, well, sounds like a good recommendation. We're also hearing a lot more about documentaries as great films, so do you have a documentary to recommend?
A couple documentaries. One is a movie called Thunder Soul, which is a very well-made film about a high school jazz ensemble in Houston, and the man who ran the ensemble for many years became an international sensation. Their music to this day is being sampled by other artists. There have been some reclamation of it, and it's built around an anniversary concert where a lot of the students came back to pay tribute to their instructor at this school. Jamie Foxx has had a hand in making sure that people get to see this film. It's very inspiring, and the effect that music and education have on people's lives it really comes through in this movie, and it is available on video, and people should definitely go and check it out.
All right, sounds like a good recommendation. Your next pick, I understand, is an interesting take on mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial arts, yeah. And in tone and in story, some people are going to think of it as being like boxing movies, but in fact it is about MMA, but it involves two brothers, both of whom end up in mixed martial arts, both competing, both have a strained relationship with each other and with their father, a recovering alcoholic played by Nick Nolte. Great performance there. So there's a real strong family story in this, as well as the action sequences and the fight sequences. It kind of got lost. I think a lot of people, because they had seen and liked The Fighter, thought maybe this was the same movie. It's not the same movie. In fact, in some ways it's better. And you know how in a lot of sports movies at the end you sort of feel a little cheated, it feels a little contrived. The ending of this really works. It's quite well done.
Oh, that's a good recommendation too as well, I guess. All right, another documentary, I understand, but this time a funny comedy.
Yeah, this is a very strange, endearing documentary, and it's called Exporting Raymond. And we all remember, of course, Everybody Loves Raymond, the long-running sitcom starring Cleveland's own Patricia Heaton, among others.
Right.
What's happening more and more globally is not only are overseas shows being made for American television, but American shows are being imported as well. This is about the making of a Russian version of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay.
And Phil Rosenthal, who was involved in the original Everybody Loves Raymond, going over there and trying to deal with the casting and the production and what's funny in Russia as opposed to what's funny here. So it's a really amusing look at culture, and again, it's sort of his befuddlement at dealing with the authorities in that country as he's trying to make this. Wonderful, again, look at different cultures and how they operate, and also just at kind of what the nature of comedy is.
All right, well, these sound like great recommendations. So make it your mission to see these movies that you may have missed the first time around. You can read more of Rich's reviews in the Akron Beacon Journal, and you can reach out to him by calling him at 330-996-3582 or emailing him at rheldenfels@theakronbeaconjournal.com. My thanks to Rich for rolling out these rare reels. Thank you.
Next, seeing is believing.